All right, welcome back. Okay, so let's talk about the Lakers. I know we got two different kind of topics within to talk about, but let's start with Russell Westbrook. He's got some criticism right now. We've got some potential changes coming up. Sam, do you want to kick it off?
Oh, did you say Westbrook? It's Westbrook, not
Westbrook.
Westbrook. I mean, yeah, he's sensitive right now, so you can't say Westbrook. You gotta say Westbrook.
Sensitive.
I said
Sensitive.
Westbrook.
Okay.
Maybe my braces is making the sound come out weird. Westbrook.
I'll say this. First, I want to say that any of the death threats that he's getting at games or fans are sending to his wife, family, or anything else, that is completely wrong. Stop doing it, and that is completely um, just completely wrong. But I will say this: his criticism, as far as how he is playing, that is fair game. It is fair game because the fact of it is that hey, when people were calling you triple dub, you didn't have a problem with them calling you triple dub because it was a positive thing. When people were calling you all other names as far as that was positive of what you were playing, you had no problem. But as soon as people criticize you as far as your play on the basketball, not personal, but your basketball, um, you that is fair game for people to be able to do. And I just think that, as I told one of my Laker friends um before the beginning of the season, I just said I don't think this season is going to go well because of Russell Westbrook. I don't think it's going to go well because he has been with Kevin Durant, who which I think is the best player in the NBA, best player in the NBA to me. He has played with Chris Paul. He has played with no, he haven't played with Chris Paul. No, he played with Harden. He has played with Harden, one of the best scorers in the NBA. And team that he's been on, every team that he's been on has had issues with him. So people thinking that because he was getting with LeBron, and LeBron is a totally different player, a different beast, and LeBron is phenomenal on the court. He's been playing, having a phenomenal season. His team, no, but I just thought that him linking him with LeBron, and plus all the other free agents like Carmelo Anthony, which is supposed to come off the bench and just give you your 15 to 18 points. That was what was supposed to happen. Was Westbrook was supposed to boost the Lakers fast break because he was good at going at his fast break, getting the ball out in the fast break, get your layup, get your points on your fast break points, and then the Lakers fast break points will increase. That has not happened this season. He's been shooting three. He has not been. He's not been shooting well and just having a just an off game because he's the third scorer. And when you have Anthony Davis, LeBron James, those are going to be your two scorers, main scorers, and he was going to be a three, and it's just not working. So, yes, reportedly they said that the Lakers are having no interest of bringing him back next year. So, as far as the criticism, as far as his play, is fair. As far as personal, threatening his family, wife, kids, anything like that,
I don't
not cool.
understand that.
Not cool.
No, definitely not cool. It's one of those where it's like, talking about taking things excessive and like forgetting the rest of the world and everything that goes on. Plus, like, it's always been one of those where it's like, when you hear about the kids taking crap and the family taking crap, I'm like, hey, what do they have to do with it anyway? It's like, is it the kids like doing a poor job coaching dad at
Right.
yeah, like I don't get it. But then again, I'm not a homer, and like a lot of these folks are the homer fans, where it's like my team is the most important thing in my life because nothing else in my life is worth having except for this team. So the team had better perform very well. So I agree. It's like the personal stuff, like let it go. You want to tell the guy that he shoots like garbage, whatever, fine. I think one of the things with Westbrook is he's kind of been vocal throughout his career, and it's like, yeah, when he's playing well, you can kind of afford to do that, where you can rub people the wrong way, and you can play your game and not be concerned with the consequences of, or within reason. You can talk a lot of trash. Let's put it this way: when you can back it up, you can talk a lot of trash and get away with it. But you have to be aware of the fact that as soon as your ability to back it up starts to wane, all of that is going to come back to get you. And that's kind of what he is, whether it's situational, whether it's age, whatever, really people don't really care. It's a matter of, when you set the tone as, being on the vocal side, when things start sliding, people are going to talk. And talking about the game is one thing. I think that's fair. And I think, especially with the amount of money that folks get paid, it's like, yeah, it's like we talked about, like with Dak Prescott, right? It's, the criticism's there. He's paid to do a job. He's not getting it done the way that, it's just not there. So that criticism is fair. But coming back, to the personal aspects, it's one of those, like, even, and the thing that is counterproductive anyways, because you take the guys or the people that are doing this, well, they're doing this because they're mad that their team's not winning. So they're going to do something to basically make it harder for their team to win. I'm like, I don't. The logic behind this is extremely
What comes
flawed.
first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, yeah, and even with that, it's like, think about the situation where the rumors are, well, they don't want to bring you back next year, and then you got junk from the fans to deal with. Oh yeah, you're going to be real motivated to go out there and do well. I mean, it's almost one of those where, like, you almost, if you're a vindictive person and somebody that's been vocal, you're almost in a spot where, like, now I really want to do well. That way, when we get that game where they need me to get that last second shot, so that we can win, win it all, win everything, be significant. Oh, oops, sorry,
Oops, yeah, my bad. I
my
tripped.
bad. That just if I had some sweat on my hand or something. But no, I mean, it's the criticism, the actual criticism of play is fine. It's always fine, even if you're not a vocal player. You just got to accept the fact that it's going to be more targeted when you are. But the rest of it, like, yeah, reading the stuff about the death threats, the stuff with his wife, the stuff with his kids, it's like even like the Westbrook, right? It's fair, whatever. It's all fun and games, right, to a certain degree. But that's about as far as you can really take that going into the personal aspects, because it's just not cool. It makes it not fun for anybody. It's like these people realize that these are the reasons why, you know, you have security guards and all that stuff, is for the moron fans like that.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
why some players stay away from autograph signings and public events, and like you're doing it to yourself right now. Can you calm down and let him be like a human being and live his life?
I know.
Okay, you're upset. Okay,
and
that's all that literally can end right there. You're upset. It's okay. You don't have to
yeah,
go out and make
build a
death
bridge.
threats and yeah, like
Well, no, and these would be the same people that complain. Well, that person never does autographs. That's why I don't like them. And I was like,
yeah.
so what'd you do? So I sent him death threats.
Yeah.
Ah,
That'll fix it.
so Jed, I don't think that's gonna help anything there.
Mhm.
Okay, so I mean, Sam, you brought up LeBron. How do you think this season went for him?
I think LeBron James is playing phenomenal. He's a great
And
basketball
let me
player.
just pause you right there because we rarely get to hear you put those two words in the same sentence, LeBron and phenomenal. So I just want to like have a moment of silence for the acknowledgement that Sam has when we're not talking about whether he's a GOAT or
Fair.
not. Okay, continue.
Okay, I am fair. I am fair. I think LeBron James is a phenomenal player, and I love what he does on the court, and I love what he does off the court too. The only thing that I will say is that he will never, ever, 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 ever ever be the GOAT.
See,
It's
and
just
that's
MJ.
I feel like that's you're getting ahead of yourself because he's not
Well,
done.
well, I'll say that no, he will never be able to do. He will never be able to do that. But I will say this: as far as LeBron's legacy, I don't think it's ruining his legacy. I think it's not helping his legacy with this season because you know his team is losing. I think that every time that LeBron is losing, for some reason, all everybody want to have the talk of him and MJ when he's losing. And I just think that's kind of strange. For some reason, every time that he's having a losing season, they bring up Jordan, but whatever. But no, I don't think it's going to hurt his legacy. I just think that this team that was put together with Westbrook, Anthony, him, and all the other role players, it's just not meshing. And it's just, and the Lakers are old. They are very old. They're going against, like, they went against the Houston Rockets a couple of nights ago. Houston Rockets is the worst team in the NBA. They also are the youngest team in the NBA. So give them credit that they did beat the Lakers, even though it took overtime. They did beat the Lakers, but you gotta think that you know you got Carmelo, you have LeBron, you have Anthony Davis, you have all. Well, Anthony Davis not playing, but you have LeBron, and you have all these old players, and they're not able to keep up with the endurance of these young players. They have the experience, but they don't have the endurance that these young players have. So I'm just like, it's it was a I would say it was a bad format for them to put this team together because they're old and they're just not it's just not working. And I'm not going to put all the blame on Westbrook, but you know, the Lakers are not playing any defense against any team. They're almost like the worst team as far as when it comes to defense. And I just think it's because of that stamina, that endurance. And you have these young players like the Houston Rockets that are just, young and, yeah, they're losing because they have no kind of experience as far as you know, be able to go against other experienced teams that are maybe way better. But, they got them young legs and they can um, be able to beat a team like the Lakers, which the Lakers should have beat them. But granted, they didn't have, most of their players. Anthony Davis, one of their best players, is injured. So, you know.
And something to think of here, just a counterpoint, was um, you know, you're saying that not having a great season. Russell Westbrook is there, not playing very well. Anthony Davis is out. All that kind of stuff. And he'll never be the GOAT. Is still having a phenomenal season. It's an interesting combination of thoughts and ideas going on there.
I'm
I'm
saying
not saying is or isn't. I'm just saying that there's some interesting statements being made. What they
he's a
mean in the long run,
phenomenal
I don't
player.
know. But no, you said that he was having a he said phenomenal player, phenomenal season, and I'm sitting there thinking like, well,
Also,
he is, but you're also
individually,
saying that he's got nothing going on with him with the rest of the team. Yeah, individually, because it's just him. The rest of the team, as you said, has these issues.
I mean,
I'm just saying that
I mean,
there's something to that. There's something
okay. So
interesting in there.
Matthew Stafford is a great quarterback. His team was holding him back, the Lions. Okay.
So are you advocating for yet another LeBron James move?
Hey, maybe they need to trade him. They've been talking about trading him. They've been talking about
But
trading him.
so I think with LeBron James, I think it's like the Tom Brady scenario where it was like rewind, go back before, when this time is winding down in New England. Is Tom Brady the GOAT? It's like, no, not the GOAT. I don't care, whatever. It was like, okay, go to another team. Go to another team that's not built around you and win a Super Bowl, and then okay, fine. So
he goes to
that's
another
what
team.
happened. That's exactly what happened. So this is what I would say. I would say this. All right. Trade LeBron to Sacramento. Sacramento wins an NBA championship.
No.
There you go. Yeah. If he could pull that off, I'm like, because there ain't nobody else that can get it done. So if he can get that done, all right, then we have a serious conversation there.
No, I would say this. No, even if LeBron came to the Sacramento Kings, I would have to. That's a lot of drinks I would have to have because I just can't. No. But anyway,
You wouldn't want a phenomenal player on the Sacramento Kings?
No, I wouldn't want.
roster?
I just don't think LeBron James should either. I don't think LeBron James should
Move north.
taint his career in Sacramento.
No, but you have to see what I'm talking about as a whole. It's like we look at it like him coming to Sacramento would be tainting his career, right? It'd be a hit.
But
if he got here and it wasn't, then it's kind of like, well,
here's what's going on. Sam's afraid.
Them?
Sam's afraid that he would have to say that yes, he is the GOAT, and that's why he doesn't want.
And he'd be stuck because he'd be like, it's Sacramento, win. No, don't win. Like, what do I do?
No, I would not even. If LeBron came to the Sacramento Kings and he won a championship, I would give him his props of doing that. But he will never be the GOAT because you know what? My opinion, as far as my GOAT status, how many NBA teams had three-peats? A couple.
No, let's give him a chance. That's what I'm saying.
You have about 7 teams. Yeah, about 5 to 7 teams that had three-peats. LeBron has never had a three-peat. He has a two-peat, but he has never had a three-peat. And Jordan is probably one of the players that had 2 three-peats. 2 of them. And people don't realize, and I think even LeBron James would agree with me on this. Doing a three-peat, even Steph Curry would agree with this because he haven't done it. A three-peat, winning a championship three-peat has to be hard. It's not easy.
No, I agree. It's difficult. It is difficult to do that, especially when you can't hold a team together for long. The other one being that other little aspect, though. That's one way to show that you've got some major skills. Is having three-peat, even one, right? Some major skills.
Yeah.
But as everybody brings something to the game that somebody else hasn't, like LeBron has been able to have success in multiple different places at times where he probably shouldn't have in some cases. And in others, it's like one of those where it's like, all right, like I said, you get to a spot where you can now bring that type of success to places where it's genuinely just never been. Like Lakers are hard, right? Because if the Lakers go out and win, it's the Lakers. Of course, that's what they do, right? But you take someplace like Sacramento, where it's like, but what I mean is like you take someplace like Sacramento, and now he's doing something that nobody else has managed to pull off. Where it's like, yeah, because there's other folks branched out onto other teams, that level of success never, in any way, shape, or form, came with them, right? And that's just a consideration. It's a different way of getting to the same destination.
Yeah, I mean, as I stated, I think LeBron James, as far as individually, he's having a good performance as far as his individual numbers. His team, not so much. I think he's a great basketball player. I will put him in the top 10. I will put him in my top 10 as far as NBA players of all time. He's in my top 10. But I will never put him as the GOAT ever. And I just don't, and I don't see what's wrong with that. I'm saying that you're the top 10 player of ever, top 10 player ever in NBA history. I'm saying you're the top 10, and somehow that is a insult.
It's just a subjectivity behind it.
All right. Well, I think that's our show for the day, folks. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back and wrap it up for you. Welcome back. All right, we want to thank you for enjoying our show today. Any final words of wisdom, you two? Not to put you on the spot. It's okay if you don't have any wisdom.
I was like, wisdom? Oh, that's a tough order right there. That is a tough order for wisdom.
Everybody's stay healthy. Everybody stay healthy and enjoy the springtime. I know a lot of kids are out for spring break. Be careful and enjoy life.
Yeah, and pray that we don't end up in World War III.
Yeah, I was going to say, to anyone who's got family in Russia or Ukraine, my heart goes out to you because I think it's tough on both sides right now, at least for the citizenship.
Absolutely.
Not so much the politicians, because that's never how it works, but stay safe, and I hope you come through this well. With that said, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.